Hi, I'm Avery Delane, founder of Trade Secrets, Home Goods and Apparel.
And I'm Savannah Davidson, and I have a PhD in pediatric psychology.
And we're college best friends here to share our story on what it's like to lose a loved one to suicide.
September is Suicide Prevention Awareness Month, a time to shed light on a topic that is often kept in the shadows. We thought it was important to share in hopes that it would bring comfort, connection, and understanding to others who might also be grieving or struggling.
We'd first like to share some of our favorite things about Luke Allen Gillespie, his remarkable faith in the Lord and love for the ocean,
crowd-pleasing dance moves and disgust for morning breath,
wearing non-prescription glasses and Chelsea boots in the summer,
being a sore loser, accents and impersonations,
and his love for helping others. He was one of the strongest men that we've ever known, and he had to overcome a lot of trials and obstacles throughout his life. He never wanted to be a burden on anyone, so he often internalized his true emotions.
We think that depression began to creep in and potentially had been staking a claim on his life for a while. The best way we can think about to describe depression is it's like Alzheimer's. It's a cancer of the mind, a chemical imbalance in your brain, and it takes away the very best parts of you and can sometimes leave you feeling hopeless, broken, and purposeless, and like there's no way out of this dark hole.
It takes away all reasoning and makes you question everything. I think because of his incredible strength, he thought that he could handle this on his own, but you just can't.
Luke was unknowingly to others having an internal battle for his life, and he unfortunately lost.
How has this impacted you personally?
It honestly turned my world upside down. For a long time, I felt really lost and didn't really know how to navigate this world without him. I had to take time personally to figure out where I was going to go, because when you make plans with someone and are trying to build a life and it's suddenly taken from you, you're very lost, confused, sad. I had to really lean on my faith to figure out what was going to be next for Savannah and not Savannah and Luke. So it's something that still impacts me to this day. But now that the 3-year anniversary is coming up, it has felt a little less heavy as compared to the first and second year, as I've learned to navigate life without him. Is this something you ever expected him to do?
Definitely not. So Luke was kind of he was one of the strongest male role model friends that I had, and he was the guy that would pick up anything to come and be there for me, no matter how ridiculous the ask might have been. He never wanted to be a burden. It was so unexpected. I was in shock. I don't know that there's a better word to describe hearing that news for the first time, especially from somebody that has always been such a strong male figure in your life. I've known him since I was a young pup in high school, essentially, and there's never been one time that he wasn't there for me and asked how I'm doing and how my family's doing and how my other friends are doing. He was one for the people, and you would have never, it's just not something that you would have ever expected from somebody like him and his caliber and his confidence and his demeanor. Is this something you expected him to ever do?
No. The day that I got the phone call, I was in disbelief and shocked, because we had just had a conversation 2 days prior. And he was such a beautiful, bright light and brought so much joy to my life. I think I didn't know the extent that he was struggling internally with work and other demons that he was battling. But even though Luke had some of those, he was so strong and never really showed any weakness, which I think is to a fault sometimes. And he had such beautiful faith in the Lord, that he's someone that others would go to and look to in hard times. And so when that's taken and he's no longer here, it's like, well, who do I go to? And I just never thought he would do that to us in our future. And now that I can take a step back, obviously he wasn't thinking like that. He was thinking in the here and now that he couldn't do this anymore.
How has this impacted you personally?
Well, what a loaded question. Well, losing one of your best friends will definitely leave a mark, especially unexpected, in a shocking way that, is a little unfathomable for the friend that you lose. But it really changed my perspective on life and what is our purpose here on this planet, in this world, in this life. And it is really ultimately to spread the word of the Lord and to know that we are all worthy and loved by our Lord, and worthy of love by our Lord, but also worthy of love by everyone else. And it's made me feel differently in how I respond to people and how certain life altercations actually affect me based off of this scenario, because it was so impactful. And what's really worth fighting over and what's really worth fighting for. And at the end of the day, it's our lives and the people that we love. And it's just overall changed my entire perspective on how I view people and treat people, and how I view our place on this earth. Is there anything you wish he would have known or that you could tell him now?
This is a really, really hard question for me personally. So bear with me. I wish he would have known how devastated this left me and his family, and the wreckage that came after everything happened. You may think that you're doing people a service by eliminating a stressor or feeling like a burden, but you're not. Instead, there is a gaping hole in my heart. I wish you knew how much I love you and I miss you every single day. This is really hard for me to think about, because sometimes I try to block it out. Because you didn't die of natural causes or in your 80s, or it was a choice at the end of the day, but a choice that was impacted by depression, obviously. And I just wish you would know how much we love you. And, I think that you'll always be here to help guide us, and that you're in a much better place now. But to other people out there who are contemplating or not in a good place, just know that we're not better off, and please stay. You are beautiful and wonderfully made by the Lord, and there is better to come.
Is there anything you wish he would have known or that you could tell him now?
Yes, obviously, I wish that he would have let me in a little bit more. And I understand that it's sometimes a lot harder or easier said than done, for lack of better terms. But yeah, I wish that he would have let me in so that I could tell him, like, I've got you. You're not alone. You don't deserve to feel this way and to feel alone. And there is something better and greater that God has in store for you. You just have to hold on a little bit longer. And you don't have to be alone. You don't have to hold on alone. Like, I'm here for you. We're all here for you because we love you. Our mission is to spread suicide awareness in honor of Luke through our handcrafted ocean crosses and our worthy apparel. A portion of the proceeds will be donated to the American Foundation of Suicide Prevention under Luke's name.
In every season, through every change, just remember,
You are worthy, always have been, and you always will be.